everybody. This is a very special coffee chat because we're talking about the retreat coming up in just a few days. It's, gosh, we're going to be doing it in 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, it's actually 11 days. We're starting on Saturday,
Right.
January 14th. So it'll be over MLK weekend, 14, 15, 16. Man, have we got some great things planned. And it's in Nacogdoches, Texas, which is East Texas, in the gorgeous piney woods. And good morning, coffee chat.
Good morning.
Cindy, I was just kidding you off air. I said, I haven't seen you all year. Because this is our very first coffee chat of 2000.
A great year we're going to have, and starting off with your money game.
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk about that for a minute because, Misty swears that that's where she went from being in debt to being debt free, making hundreds of thousands of dollars.
They get paid. She and her husband get paid to travel the world. She told me this little funny thing a couple of weeks ago. They do telecommunications. And so what they do is they like wire up hotels and resorts and, they go all over the world. But she said they were they were doing something, and she said there was like this thing that she was doing. It was a little bit difficult. And she kept saying, this is easy. This is easy. It's a mind game. And she said they were in this hotel, and one of the housekeepers came out and saw all of this stuff, from the ceiling, dust and stuff like that in her hair, and went, oh, you poor thing. And she was like, that's like a foreign language to me. I never call anybody poor. And so she said, she laughed, and she was thinking, yeah, you might say that, but this one job is going to pay for 3 days in New York City, doing everything we want, staying at the Plaza Hotel.
Yeah.
You tell me who's poor, right? So the money game, just so everyone knows, and if they want to join, it's not too late. The basic premise is that we take a journal and we make a virtual bank account from the Bank of Unlimited Resources.
Right.
And what we do is take every day, we deposit $1,000 and spend it. And the next day we up it $1,000. So day one, $1,000 in, spend it. You want to be down to a zero balance. Second day, 2,000 in, spend it. Third day, 3,000 in, spend it. Now, what this is doing, Cindy, is that it is breaking up our old habits of like, oh, I just need to save and hoard and, worry, and this little river of anxiety. And, how am I going to pay my house payment? How am I going to pay my car payment? Blah, blah, blah. No. And it's so funny, even though it's virtual money, people get scared that it's not going to flow. And this is all about excavating our old belief systems. And, it breaks up that pattern. And this is the third money game, the third iteration. We've done it for several years, but this one is brand new. The other thing I want to tell people is that I was gifted over a week ago with a new idea that is a proven formula. And I'm immersing us a little bit into it, but by this man who is who was a clinical psychologist for 30 years, and he got involved in psychokinesis, and that's like, Uri Geller bending spoons and stuff with his mind, and and other people using their minds to affect random number generators, which are just random numbers, but just thinking about a number. Other people can put seeds in their hand and grow the seeds, sprout them right there in front of your eyes. So what's going on here? And so he started studying that, and he realized that there are several elements to this. And much of it is we don't believe in our own power. But we have to build on, and he builds on, happiness and kindness and gratitude and compassion, and even into good fortune and luck. And we have this little thing going on about luck, and, or I did, and anyhow, it's fascinating. But go to our Facebook page. It's a private group. It's The Money Game. And if you can't find it, just reach out to us on this video. Just make a comment or reach me at my email address, which is Jeanie0318@gmail.com, and we will add you. Already, we are just having extraordinary things. And so anyhow, it's great. But thanks for bringing that up.
Well, it's important to remember that the imagination, your brain doesn't know the difference between reality and non-reality. And knowing that in itself, so as you're playing this mini game, at least my own experience is, yes, I have that to spend, and this is what I'm spending it on. Right.
Well, absolutely. You're so right, because we are connecting with the energy of all of it. Money is energy. Thoughts are energy. It's all energy. And if we get into this flow, have you ever said or heard anyone say, if I could just win $1 million, right, in the lottery, my life would be perfect. Well, I'm calling bullshit on that one, because we don't, that's a spiritual term here in Texas. So
we call bullshit, yeah.
Yeah. But the point is that during the first month, and normally I don't tell people this ahead of time, but I'm so transparent these days. Over the course of this 30 days, if we do 1,000 one day, 2,000 the second day, 3,000 the third day, and so on, by the end of the 30 days, we will have flowed and spent $465,000, not even $500,000. And yet I have people who drop out at like day 10, day 11, day 15. They can't, I can't think of anything to buy. I was like, really? And what they're saying is, I have not expanded enough, and I don't feel like I'm worthy. And, all that old stuff is running the program, Cindy, like, why can't you just be happy with what you've got? There are a lot of people who are worse off than you. I got that when I was coming up. Did you?
The way I was raised is, if you want it, go find a way to get it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Nobody handed me anything.
What's that?
I know. I mean, I bought my own cars. I mean, everything. I paid my own tuition. I attended a private Christian boarding school in Dallas, which sounds real hoity-toity. Oh, no. I paid for everything. I had 2 jobs and went to school. So, I don't want to hear this nonsense, but what we're finding already is like people are having huge discoveries. This is working. And when you make a commitment to this, it begins working before we even start the game. And that's what we're finding. So that leads me into us going back to talk about our retreat, our Refresh and Renew retreat, which is an abbreviated retreat, Cindy. It's just 3 days, 2 nights. We have the most extraordinary people coming. We have yoga, we have people who, like our own Susanna Cox, who just got her certification from the Deepak Chopra Institute after 9 months of study. She is an Ayurvedic specialist, and she's going to talk about how her own health challenges led her into this. But, I also want to call out people like who, and I'm trying to be kind here. I really am. You're a lot more diplomatic than I am, saying.
That's why we make a good team. It's the yin and the yang.
Yeah. So, but me just saying that, people won't finish because, I can't think of anything, or, I'm just bored, or I don't have time to do the money game. No. What you're saying is, I don't believe I can have it. I'm not worthy.
Exactly.
And this is the thing too. We are taking this now to East Texas for the first time.
Right.
And we are bringing it to people, and we've got people flying in from Florida. We've got people coming in from Oklahoma. We've got people coming in from all over Louisiana.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I don't want to hear this. And truly, if somebody is interested in changing their life, starting the new year in a beautiful setting with lots of laughter and learning and relaxation. We're going to do all kinds of fun stuff.
And bonding. that's what happens
Bonding.
at
Yeah.
these retreats. We've developed such a beautiful community of women,
Yes.
and under with the understanding that when we do come together, our power is enormous
Yes.
when we come together.
We've got women who are going to be talking on like visioning, and they get it. We have another woman, and she's also part of the Power of Eight, and she was part of our group in September.
Right.
And what I wanted her to talk about, and she's expanding this, so I love it. But she talked about getting a job, getting out of a job that was sucking her dry, and getting into a job that she was absolutely not qualified for. And she made up her mind she was going to get that job. She actually got 2 interviews, and the guy said, Rebecca, I just really like you, but why should I hire you? I mean, you don't have any of the qualifications. She said, no, I love this, Cindy. She said, you will hire me. Okay. And the reason you will hire me is because I will be the best employee you've ever had. And in a year and a half, I'll be running this group. And he went, okay. And he did. And she did. But she's going to talk about that. But she said, Jeanie, I want to take this a step further. And I want to talk about being aware of all of the people who show up to mentor us. So this is going to be an extremely interesting and practical talk.
Right.
We have a new person who is a friend of Susanna's, who is has her own yoga practice, and she's an instructor. She and her husband live in Texas, but they also have a home in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. She is adorable, and I mean, and you don't have to worry about it. It's safe for everybody. You don't have to be like a yoga expert. We've got people who are going to be talking about all kinds of things. You're going to be talking and showing us music, the power of music. We also have, and I'm affirming that the weather is going to be beautiful, but on Sunday, that Sunday, which is going to be the 15th, we're going to all go down to downtown historic Nacogdoches, which a lot of people don't realize is that Nacogdoches was the very first town in the Republic of Texas. And so we're going to have a walking tour down there. I mean, honestly, I cannot tell you how nice this is. So beautifulnetworkofwomen.com, go reserve your space. It is the full price is $397 for everything, your meals, your learning. Cheap. I mean, we work really hard to make this inexpensive. But if you sign up with one or two more people, each of you get a $50 discount. It's $347. I mean, really? Try staying at a nice hotel for 2 nights. I can tell you it's more than $347.
Well, not only that, but the benefit that you get from the camaraderie that we have, and you can't even explain it, Jeanie. You have to experience it.
Yes.
Kind of like peanut butter. You can talk all day long what peanut butter tastes like, but the best way is stick it on a spoon and say, here, try it. That's what peanut butter tastes.
Well, people come away, and we do too, saying, this has changed my life.
Yeah.
Why? Because there's no judgment, because we are supportive, because we are in our joy. We allow ourselves to cry. We allow ourselves to laugh. We are not therapists. This is not church. This is an opportunity for women to get together. Bring your best friend, bring your daughter, bring your sister, bring your neighbor, whatever, and kick this off for yourself. And honestly, I mean, I personally have been through so much. I had COVID last year and I was sick, and, I had all of this stuff going on. And then I got our house sold, and then we had to, get rid of stuff, and we had to put stuff in storage and clean the house and remodel this, and all of the holidays and our big retreat in September. And I'm like, I can't wait. Really, come on. I can't wait to get there.
Right. Exactly. sometimes I was thinking about that this morning, Jeanie, about you choosing January, because it's not that long since our other retreat, right?
Oh,
And I thought, I know why she did this, because what she gets out of the retreat. That's
because
why,
what?
yeah, because we get, those who attend get so much out of the retreat. So thank you for, you do all the hard work. I'm all the, you make the lines and I do the color. But we need those lines.
Perfect team,
We
you
really
know, and we really do. But I will tell you this too. This is very interesting. One of our BNOW women who can't be here this time, because why? She created at the retreat in September, she created new opportunities with a new job at a university. They've never had this before, and two huge presentations in January. And the staff there and the people are just going like, oh, and she's like, well, we need to have this, that, and they went, whatever you want. And she created that at the retreat in September.
awesome.
And she can't be there this time, which is fine.
Yeah.
But she asked me, she said, do you have a word for 2023? And I don't normally do that. And I said, well, I don't know that I have a word, but I can tell you what I've learned in this past year. And that would be allowing people to help me.
It's so interesting you would use that word. When my son, he became a Middle Tennessee Golfer of the Year. He was in high school. And I would say that to him. I said, Jordan, you don't hit the ball into the hole. You allow the ball.
Oh, that's it.
Yes, you allow it. And so now the word that comes to mind for me is expansion.
I love that. Yeah.
Because I think what we're doing is we're breaking away our boundaries.
And,
this is the year to break away your boundaries and embrace life itself. And embrace the fact that you're a divine being, a divine being, a divine being having the human experience. But the biggest part of you is this divine being trying to break out of this.
Right.
Because this is the thing that holds us back. And that's why I love your money game so much. It's because thoughts, words, and attitude can produce miracles, and it can also produce nasty stuff as well.
Well, it's so funny. Of course, I start the money game on January 1st.
Sure.
And so I had my son and family come up from Houston. And so I thought, okay, I'm going to go ahead and record day one, which is fine, of course. And I thought, I'll go ahead and record day two, just because we're just getting started. We're not going to have a lot of, stories and stuff yet. Oh, yeah. So on day two, I had already recorded this, and I said I had sold my big showpiece desk and credenza and chair. I sold all of that for, how much did I sell it for? $425. It was an expensive thing, but these people were thrilled. And I was like,
got a deal. Yeah.
So I've been saying I want a French provincial desk. That's kind of.
You said that?
I did.
I've seen the desk. Oh my God.
Oh my God. Right. Okay. So I went ahead on day two and I said, so I've been doing research, and the ones I like are like $3,000, but I did find one that was like $1,600, and it's okay, but and then my chair would be $400, so that's $2,000. Well, guess what? Day one, the desk showed up. It's in my house that day. $500 for this gorgeous hand carved.
It is gorgeous.
I know, it's filigree. It was made for a military man overseas. It is gorgeous. $500. And so I had to go back day one and say, hey, here's an addendum. This desk showed up. So tomorrow you're going to see me asking for the desk. No, it's already here. So you tell me, does this work?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And so let's go back to the BNOW retreat. Does this work? Oh, yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
But let me tell you something, unless you show up, unless you decide to participate, it doesn't matter. You know,
Right.
we're going to bring it to you. But I also had immediately someone who's playing in the Philippines and said, I will be happy to sponsor your next women's retreat in the Philippines if this money game works. I went, okay, it works.
Oh, yeah, let's go. If there's no if to it, if you do the game right and you play by the rules,
It works.
it works. That's
Yeah.
the way it works. And so my husband and I are both doing it, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so the men can do it as well.
Oh, yeah. No, we have men play. Oh, yeah. And it's not just women, you know, but it is so powerful.
Yes, it is. Yes.
And, you know, I'm kind of sticking our toe into this other process. And, you know, as it unfolds, I'm going to bring us in, but I have some beautiful meditations. We have some blockages in the money game that we don't even know. And it's all tied up with guilt and shame.
Oh my goodness.
So it's called the abundance tree. And you are going to love this, but I'm going to introduce this a little bit later on, you know, after the first couple of days here. But I will be talking about the money game at our retreat. We're staying at the Tall Timbers Lodge. It is absolutely gorgeous. It is spacious, beautiful. The women who are coming, you know, and I'm also doing, it's probably going to be a little bit chilly. So I'm having Sally, our baker, set up a gourmet hot chocolate bar with all the little stuff. Oh, yeah.
That's
Oh, yeah.
stuff Jeanie does. It's so awesome.
And it's going to be, and I'm also having her do a hot apple cider bar
Oh,
with
yeah.
apple cider and
Oh,
a little
yeah.
bit of cinnamon and nutmeg with vanilla ice cream. It tastes like an apple pie, hot apple pie.
Oh, oh gosh, I love hot. Oh, Jeanie.
I know, we can't wait.
Yes. That's what Jeanie does. Well, this has been great. Come to the retreat. If you're not signed up yet, just experience it. It's not expensive, very affordable, and we're going to have a lot of fun.
Well, you are going to come away. I guarantee you, you're going to come away a new person.
A new person.
You just are.
You just
And
are.
so, yeah, we invite you. Oh, I did want to tell you one thing. Hold on. With Susanna, you know, she was not able to make it today because she's doing some other things, but she said that with what her presentation is, this is from the Deepak Chopra. She said, if you restore balance in your own self, you will be contributing immensely to the healing of the world. Now think about that. And that's true. And it's true of this practice. And she does Ayurvedic practices. She also put this, and this is somebody else who's an Ayurvedic thing. Health, not illness, is our natural state. It's usually just a matter of finding it tucked beneath the layers of imbalance that have accumulated over time. And then she said, it is very practical. Ayurveda gives you simple tools and practices you can use to experience greater health and happiness in your own life. And one more thing, preventative. Ayurveda helps you make choices. So we're always at choice that create health while preventing disease. Ayurveda taps into your innate and intuitive healing abilities. So we are healing our bodies, we're healing our souls, we're healing our minds, and we're healing our money. What's not to love? I get all excited, you can tell.
Love you big, Jeanie.
I love you too. Mwah. See you then.
Okay.
Bye.